It's time for Geocache Talk. Whether you are at work, in the car, or wherever you are, we hope you enjoy this show about the great sport of geocaching. If you're watching live on YouTube, you can be part of the adventure tonight in the chat room and participate with others as they watch the show. If you are listening later, please give it a like and subscribe on your favorite podcasting app so that you can get all of the weekly Geocache Talk goodness. If you have not become a patron of the Geocache Talk Network, what are you waiting for? Patron levels start as low as a Bison Tube level at $3 a month. To sign up is easy. Simply go to the Geocache Talk website and click on the Become a Patron button, or go to patreon.com/Geocache Talk. Patrons now get the famous Blackout coin, invites to special events, and other really great items throughout the year. Become a patron today. Have you subscribed to FTF Magazine yet? FTF Magazine is the #1 geocaching magazine available. It is a quarterly magazine that you can be part of. Submit your geocaching milestones and adventures to be published. FTF Magazine is also interactive with puzzles to solve and the hunt to find Spartacus. If you can solve the puzzle or find Spartacus, then you will be entered in to win a special pack tag. Every new subscription, you will receive a special swag pack. Subscribing is easy. Just visit FTF's website, ftfgeo.com. Don't miss out and subscribe today.
Big thanks to Derek, Baker 6 Clan, and our featured patrons, Demon Hunter 2, Electric Water Boy. Might see some of him tonight somewhere. Aggie Jedi Master, Antaeus, Joshua, the geocaching vlogger, Nick at Cashley, One Kind Word, Butterfly Girl, Loon Trackers, the Aussie/Jersey geocacher. And those are our featured patrons, and there are no new patrons. So I guess we need to do a shout out to everyone out there. If you want to be if you're interested in becoming a patron, we could really use you. So,
well, if you don't butcher their names, maybe they'll stay patrons a little bit longer.
Maybe they will. We've lost some too recently, so sad face. So
hey, it's tough time for everybody.
It is tough, but if you can help us out, if you're willing to, $3 a month, get you a coin. I mean, think of it just buying a coin for $3. I mean, that's, one way to look at it, I guess, right?
About as cheap as you can get.
So anyway, we're going to jump right into show 263. Last week was actually 262, and I called it 263. Not that the numbers mean anything, because I don't put them on the audio side of it anymore, because they don't really want you to number your shows. It's kind of a
Apple likes to number them themselves, right?
Yeah, they number them themselves, so they don't want you to number them. So
why don't we just put random numbers then?
We could.
Like next week is 1,004. We're going 1,004 next week.
You think those people have? You think Geocache Podcast done a lot of shows? Take us. We've done 4,300. No.
What if we started at 1,000, just started counting down?
Just counting backward till we're done.
Nobody knows what's going to happen. We'll just do something at the last one, or really make people mad. Go down to 2 and then retire. Never do number 1.
Never do a show 1. Yeah. There's a show 0, by the way, that's out there. If you really dig hard, you can find a show 0.
That can't exist.
Of Geocache Talk. It does exist.
No,
I've never
posted. Have a show
it.
0. That's not real.
Not real?
No.
0 is not a real number? Okay.
0 is a real number, actually. We got a lot of math people to listen to this. They'll yell at us if we start going down that road.
That's right. And Puzzle
Talk. We
can
put imaginary numbers on there if we want to, but that's way too geeky even for this show. So.
Yeah, that is way too geeky. But so this is technically correct, show 263. We didn't do a show on Labor Day, so that's what happened. That's how I got goofed up. But we're back on track. Kitty Catch says the show 0. There actually wasn't. It was only an audio, but I still have it. I still have the show 0. Someday I'll post it somewhere. So, all right. Well, we got a lot of questions to get through tonight on my Gary's Wacky's questions for the crew. So why don't we bring in the crew? First, there's Derek. There's Chad. They're coming fast. There's Charles.
Look at that guy.
There's a face for radio. There's Emily,
That's
and there's
definitely
Jeff.
a face for radio.
That's
Hello.
Tom. Hey, gang.
And a voice for silent movies.
We have the whole Geocache Talk network minus Pizza Ninja. He's out in the Adirondacks somewhere, so he couldn't make it. But all
He's
the
doing real
podcasters are
catcher
here.
Stuff.
Yeah,
He's doing legitimate geocaching stuff.
yeah.
We're talking about it. He's doing it.
So I need to clarify this. Yes, we are, because we were told we had to.
Yeah, they
Yes,
have
you
to
were.
wear pants because
I didn't get that memo.
I didn't get that memo, by the way.
so
I don't have
there's a
pants
point-
on, but
Well,
There will be
let me go get some. Oh,
hang
Define
on.
pants.
Define
Short pants.
pants. Yeah, there will be a point when they're all going to have to get up and go do something. So at that point, who knows? We may get an R rating from after the show. So
No.
all right, let's get started. We got a lot of them to go over with. Let's go through the news, and let's start with the leaderboard challenge. Reach the
I had to beat you
So-
to it this time.
Derek's
That's okay.
slow on the trigger
Good job.
tonight.
I had to switch between screens. I was reading the comments.
He's doing great. So the first item in the news is, of course, Reach the Peak. We're into Mount Vincent, Oceania, I think is the correct. Now, I'll get
No,
into
Mount Vincent's in Antarctica.
Oh, is it Antarctica? Well, isn't it? Because is it
Last last month's was in Oceania.
Oceania. You're right. Thanks, Charles. You're right. Yeah. So this one's Antarctica. How's everybody doing on reaching the peak this month?
Not
I'm at
well.
base camp.
I'm there.
I'm done.
I got
Mid
going
base camp.
caching coming up. I'm good.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
saving all my caching for the end of the month.
I got going caching coming up, so I'm going to be good there.
Yeah, my trip to Washington, I found I found a good amount of goblin dust caches that all have several hundred favorite points. So
Oh, sweet.
it was a quick trip for me.
I've just been doing a whole bunch of high count days, a lot of paddle trips and series and stuff. So yeah, it's just by count. I've reached the peak.
Sweet.
There you go.
Yeah, you've been doing a lot of. I mean, I would say not any more than normal because you do a lot of kayaking, don't you, Jeff?
We have so many rivers with paddle series around Southern Ontario. It's just there's still so many, and a lot of them each year get archived for new series.
Oh wow, that's
So
awesome.
they keep getting
Nice.
refreshed.
So you kind of hit that trail, as it were, again.
If you love
That's
paddling,
awesome.
Southern Ontario is for you.
Right. That's awesome. Okay, cool. Next, obviously, Worldwide Cache Fest is always will be on a news item. The coins round 1 showed up, and I basically shipped all of them. I need to get. I've got one to send to Canada. I've got a couple to send to Australia. I'm going to do that next week, hopefully before Tuesday. I leave Tuesday night for Rome, Georgia, but I
Not this Tuesday, next Tuesday.
this coming right week after Tuesday. So next
I was
week
like, wait a minute, no.
should be make sure Tuesday's
It'll be
right.
early.
Be early. So next week I'm hoping to ship a bunch. I shipped a bunch already, so hopefully people are starting to get their coins. But they look awesome. There's the blue one,
Nice.
in case you're wondering.
Shiny,
Yeah, they're
are
pretty
absolutely
I know.
beautiful.
I like the shiny. That's great.
sparkly.
They are in the back. People don't show the back a lot, but the back's bling is really cool too. Here you go, Worldwide Cache Fest. So get it just right.
Yep. Those
Um,
really shiny,
me too.
really nice.
It'll
But
be
they're-
here in no time.
They're big size. I mean, if anybody has the blackout coin, hopefully you have the blackout coin. I mean, it dwarfs the blackout coin. Look how big it is comparatively. It's kind of like the blackout coin with just as the base of it. So just to give you an idea how big the coin is, it's pretty big size. So we're pretty
wow.
happy with them.
UPS has Australia on a mail suspension list. Not sure about other shipping providers.
Ooh,
There's because we have
Okay.
a couple coins going out there too.
yeah. So I might double check that. If need be, I can ship them like UPS International or something if I need to. But Okay.
It is not a banjo coin.
No,
No.
not a banjo.
That may be next year. Who knows?
No, it is based off of Lucille from BB King.
Yeah.
Cool.
We're at 390, so it keeps going. Obviously, slow rise after we got to 300. We're slowly working our way up, so
Plenty of time.
plenty of time. A lot of everybody on the network is, of course, involved. We've got, Puzzle Academy. We've got the Challenge Academy, and we've got Gadget. What do we call Gadget Academy?
Yeah,
Gadget Academy.
they're all Academy.
Plus
Academy.
more. There'll be more too that we haven't released yet for sure.
Yeah, there's more stuff, but we're just
Oh, yeah.
saying those are that's awesome. Okay, reminder about the 6th annual. Jesse, can you believe it? This is our 6th year
That
of doing
is
Podcast of Hope. That's awesome. So, Podcast of Hope will be on December 5th of this year. We have some great. Well, the network will all be part of it. We've got some good guests already lined up. So I guess hit the bean spill. I'm gonna spill one bean.
Okay,
tonight.
hold on. Let me pull it up. I gotta get to it. All right, you ready? Well, you gotta spill it first, then I can hit it.
Oh, do I have to spill it first? Okay. I talked to Brian Roth. Brian Roth is going to be on the last hour of Podcast of Hope. So he's going to be part of the probably announcing that we made our goal. So Brian wants to be on the last hour of Podcast of Hope. So he'll be on the 11 to 12 o'clock.
And it
11
may be
p.m.
just a rumor, but I heard that Brian said anybody who doesn't give, he's suspending their geocaching account for a year. I'm just going to throw that out.
Oh no, Gary just spilled the beans. Oh no,
Jesse.
just spilled the beans.
And hopefully Brian's not listening tonight because he just decided not to show up on our show now.
Yeah, really. Anyway, so thanks, Brian, for being.
Yeah.
He was on last year. We had him on this. We'll try to have him on. If we have him on every year, it's great because he gives us all good info, and I'm sure he'll spill some beans himself. Hopefully,
He
or
does
we'll
like
give
to
him
do
some.
that.
Yep. Terraviator suspend for a year. I could get caught up on house chores. That's funny.
No, nobody's suspended for a year. That was just a joke, just to make sure we're all
Just
clear.
a joke.
It's only 6 months.
Yeah, it's only 6 months of suspension.
So, again, a bunch of us leave a week from Tuesday. Not this Tuesday, but a week from Tuesday. We'll be flying to Rome. Well, I fly to Atlanta, I guess, and to drive to Rome, Georgia. Emily's flying Tuesday, correct? Tuesday, and Chad, you're flying Wednesday or Tuesday? Tuesday as well? Okay. I leave Tuesday. I'm driving halfway, and then I'm driving the rest of the way on Wednesday. So, but we have a special Geocache Talk radio network. Will be debuting at Going Caching on Friday night of that the week of October 1st. We'll have a show that night at Going Caching. We're doing a radio show. We've got
It's gonna be a lot
props.
of fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. We got props. You know what?
And we have something special for those that are gonna be watching
Have a
online to
prop
kind of
here.
make it a little bit fun for you as well, to kind of give you that going caching feel as well for the theme
Yep.
of this year. I'm not gonna spill beans, and I'll turn Gary off if he tries to do that.
What would this mean? I don't know, but that's one of the sounds in the thing. So.
Oh well.
It'll be fun.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
We've practiced 2 or 3 times now. I guess we've read through the script, and I think it's gonna be great. We've honed it, and it's a fun show. I think everybody will enjoy it. It's even though it's 1920s, we have carefully hidden in little clues about geocaching, even though it's the 1920s. So anyway, there you go.
All right.
Stay
That's all
tuned.
you can spit. That's all you can say.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for that.
No
October
more.
1st. No more. All right. That's it for the news. Let's get into the questions of
Don't
the
forget
night.
the new trackable promotion thing they've got out. The World
Trackable,
of Warcraft.
That's-
People still have 2 days. If you haven't done it already and got the email, you got 2 days to request a trackable still.
Cool. Thanks for reminding me about that. I forgot to put that in there.
And that's open beyond the U.S. Yay!
Is it really? Wow.
Yeah.
It's a worldwide one this time.
That's news.
Worldwide. For 4,200 trackables.
That's news right there. That it's not just U.S. only, because normally it always is.
But for some countries, they'll get their trackable when it's ended. Right? How long did it take you to get stuff, Jeff? From here?
One package took a few months.
Yeah. So
Just to get from
promotion
the
will be
US to
over by the
Canada.
time you might get it in Canada. Sorry.
Yeah. Ozvox is excited about that. That's awesome. Yep. Oh wow, Trisha says she was supposed to get a TI and never got it. Out years and years ago, I was supposed to get the little Michelin Man. It said you won a Michelin Man. I was like, awesome. Never got it. So I was like, sad face.
No.
Yeah.
I never got my Michelin Man either. However, I got 2 sets of the Airstream tag when I won one of those. So
Nice.
I quickly activated both of them and sent them out on their way.
Good man. Yeah, my little whiskey flask or whatever you call the little shot glass
Tin
is
cup.
out.
Oh, for the tin cup.
Yep.
Tin cup,
Tin
yeah,
cup
I got
whiskey.
Yeah, I won prizes through the tin cup that I was awarded, and I did not get a Halo tag, but because I did a picture of it out in the field, I won a Halo prize.
Oh wow.
Nice.
I got
Awesome.
ice
Cool.
cream in the mail. That was the best thing ever.
Dang.
Ooh, I bet it
Yeah.
melted.
That box of ice, that box of what? We got 6 pints of ice cream and then a T-shirt.
Yep. Yep.
That's pretty cool.
That's
Good.
cool.
I
I
ended
think I
up
still might.
winning one of the tin cup things. So I got a tin cup backpack
Yep.
Yep.
that'll hold a whiskey bottle and like 6 of the little shot glasses inside it. It's good. Hey, submit the pictures and enter the contest because you never know. You could win. I've won 3 of the photo contests now. I've won
That's awesome.
the Captain Rodney's one. I've won a tin cup one, and I've won the Halo top one. So
Wow.
put in for them. Even if you don't have a trackable, find one in the wild. Put the hashtags on the social media and follow the rules, and
Maybe
you'll win. Absolutely.
People
actually
do
win
win.
prizes. It's not a gimmick. They really do
Right.
win.
Yvonne made it. Thank you, Yvonne. Caught a live one, and Direwolf said that he won ice cream too. That's awesome.
Yay.
Yes, that's good stuff.
All right, I know probably others are wondering, was it actual ice cream or was it like the freeze-dried ice cream?
No,
No, it was
it's ice cream. I forget what
Halo
their
Top's good.
specialty is. It's low calorie,
It's all low carb too, I think.
Yep.
low carb, something like
yeah.
that.
So
I
it's
forget
low carb,
exactly
low
what they call it.
calorie, dairy free.
So fake
Yeah, but
ice
it
cream.
was ice
It tastes
cream.
good though.
It
Yeah,
was-
I mean it's
It's
not.
good, even though it's all that. It's like
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's
Yeah.
The
actually
peach
pretty
one was
good.
really good. I got a peach cobbler one, and that thing was phenomenal.
Oh wow.
I mean it's not
Even though
blue
it's
dog,
ice
but
cream.
good.
Yeah. Even though it's ice cream with no ingredients, it still tastes good.
No ingredients.
brainwashing.
Yeah, it's the same stuff that you buy at the grocery store on the shelf.
Yeah.
And mine still had a big giant chunk of dry ice that,
Dry ice on it.
yeah. So it was well packaged.
Okay.
Pretty tasty stuff. All right. First question, everyone. Here we go. We're getting started with Gary's wacky questions for the crew. And this one's going to probably require you to all get up, except for me, because I already did the question myself. So you can all leave the show, and I will keep the show going during that period of time.
There goes Chad.
Yeah.
But you got to know the question first, Chad. Don't leave.
He said
yet.
leave.
Is this like a race thing? Do we all contribute?
No,
Do we go in turns or
No,
what?
but I just want to know. We want to know your accurate count. So you have to go check.
Oh gosh.
How many geocaching shirts do you own?
Oh my gosh. Seriously?
Go count them and
There's
come
no
on
way
back.
for
I
me
got
to
two
count that.
right here.
You got 2. No, you got more than 2, Tom.
Do
Go
we have
count
this much
them.
time?
Go
Is it
count.
like,
I'm upstairs.
yeah, I gotta
Go
go
count
upstairs.
them.
I
While
am
they're
not interested in
gone,
this part.
Jesse's not interested in going counting them.
I don't know how to count my geocaching. We're gonna go through all my closets and everything. This is crazy.
Well, I don't know. Well, you don't have to, but tell me. I mean, do you keep all your geocaching shirts in one?
No,
You don't.
no. All right, I'll go see what I can figure out.
Okay, all right. So while they're gone, let me tell you the real story of what's going on right now. No, I'm kidding. You have 5? That's it? Ken, you've only got 5? Oh my goodness. I like Casher Nicks. Way too many. Wow. 5. And I'm shocked. There you go. Just wait. She went grabbed you. Wait, you have them all in one spot, Emily?
Yes. Well, I kind of have a thing of not acquiring T-shirts, so I don't have too many.
You've got quite a few though.
Sure, they still come. Every mega you go to, the package
Yes.
has a T-shirt in it. So
Right.
and then I don't wear them.
You're
So
wearing
that's
one.
why I try not to acquire more.
You're actually wearing one right now though too.
I am. Oh, and one's in the laundry, so it's not in this pile.
All right, we can count that too, but it's funny. I didn't even ask you to wear a geocache shirt, but yeah, I usually try to wear one a lot of times on the show. But 5.
Oh, and I
Good.
forgot my going caching puzzle shirt. It's in my
Yep.
going caching packing pile.
So there
yeah.
you go. See, yeah,
Yeah.
so you do have quite a few. So what
I
was
do.
your total? What was your total, dude?
So with the ones I forgot, about 18 to 20. I'm not sure.
Okay, around that. Okay, very cool.
I
Caching
love the
New York,
idea.
New
Like, there's several, like the subscription and the Josh has a store. I love that idea, but
Yeah,
I don't.
I'm
wear enough
surprised.
t-shirts.
Some people have. Jinx only has 3. I'm shocked she only has 3. Scrabble Hounds, is that for real,
Holy
or
cow.
are you just 75? Are you?
75.
You gotta tell us in the show in the chat room whether that's real or you just trying to be funny.
I might have
trying
that
to
many
be-
Star Wars shirts, but
Trying to be funny. So Emily has, what did you say, 12? About 12, roughly.
No, more like 20.
About 20. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, 32. Dang. 32 for
Plus the
Pathfinder.
2 Geo Contest shirts. So I got a Halo Top shirt
Oh,
and a
that's true.
Captain
That's,
Rodney shirt from winning the contest. So
yep. The hot sauce.
I have 32 specifically that have geocaching something or another related on them, plus the 2 that I won from the photo contests that I entered.
Wow.
Here's one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, challenge talk. Yay. Scrabble Hound says though it's real. She's begun to cut off the fronts and have put them onto quilts.
Yeah.
oh,
Oh,
Jess
wow.
was
They have
just
too
talking
many.
about quilts the other night when we were doing our practice
Yep.
about doing geocaching talk, not necessarily geocache talk, but geocaching quilts, shirt quilts.
My wife
Yep.
did that. She cut out, I think she sent in a dozen geocaching related shirts to a company. They cut them off and stitched them all together and put them on the front side of a quilt for her. And the quilt is really high quality. I don't know off the top of my head where that quilt is or what company it was, but it was something that she found on the Book of Face and, took a leap of faith, and it actually came back really well. So that's what she's done with her geocaching shirts. But yeah, I've got 30 hanging in my closet, 2 in the washer downstairs. So
You're at 32. Let's go. We'll go around the room. Jesse, what do you think your
My
total
best
is?
guess, which is not even my guess, it's really she told me.
Okay.
She said about 25. So
Okay.
I have no idea if that's accurate or not.
Sounds about
I've got them
accurate.
in boxes. I've got them in storage. I've got them in my closet. I've got them in the drawers. I've got them everywhere. So I'm wearing one. So there's one too. So
Nice.
maybe 25 conservatively.
Okay. Derek, how many did you
23 to 25, but this is my newest one and probably one of my favorites right now.
Nice.
That's a cool
That's a nice
shirt.
shirt.
Best. with a
Signal with the guitar.
A signal with a guitar, which, by the way, is approved.
There is a TM on here. There is a TM.
It is trademarked and approved by HQ because, by the way, if you didn't know this, you cannot create a signal
anything with signal
without getting approval. So this one was done for
that's the Mingo bobblehead.
Mingo bobblehead
Bubble.
that had to be approved. There's a TM on it, right?
Mine's missing an antenna.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, it was there, but it he bumped
broke.
his head into my windshield and knocked a lightning bolt into the front of the windshield down an event.
It is no longer approved. Then you
So
have to burn it.
It's rattling. Chad, how many of these are there? There's only 2 of these, right?
2.
Yours and mine.
You and I are the only ones that have them.
These are not for sale yet. So
Same with this one too.
Oh, Chad's got his Worldwide Cache Con.
I have that one downstairs. I have that one downstairs.
Never made for anyone else, and
I'm pretty stingy. I only make them for certain people.
Looks good. So, what was your total, Chad? Since we're talking about you there, buddy.
Just 19.
That's pretty good.
But he can make his own.
Well, a lot of them are my own made ones.
How funny. All right, Tom. What was your? You've been out of this a long time.
I'm in a neighborhood of 50.
Wow.
I put my hands on about 46, 47 of them counting, but I know there's a couple that weren't there and probably in the closet. But
right,
I'm right around 50.
Dang. How many of those are Texas Challenge? A dozen?
Or more.
More.
Really?
Wow. Because I've been to every one since 2008.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, that is a lot. Wow. Very cool.
And then every Woodstock since then, and then when we started Roundup, I've been to every one of those, and so
that's awesome. I only came in at 29, so I don't really maybe have, but I may be like Jesse when it comes to coins. It's like I don't try to get the shirts unless they're something I really want. So I've passed up. I think I passed up a lot of shirts.
I hope that's not one of your questions. How many coins do you have?
Yes.
Is it?
It'll be a guess. We'll guess later. That's later on. We're not getting to that yet. That will come about later.
You're scaring me on that one.
I wonder what the average per year of caching is for T-shirts.
Oh, wow. Average.
The average what?
For like if a cacher's been in for 5 years, they probably have X number of shirts. 10 years, they probably have another number of shirts.
Right.
Well, it depends on the events. Most time.
Yep. We agree, Lori. The idea of quilt's a really cool idea.
I think I like the idea of a quilt too. Quilts are always great.
Yeah. Plus, if you think about it, you're sort of preserving those. So quickly around the room, let's go with the question of rotation. How many geocaching shirts you would consider in heavy rotation, as in you wear once a week?
About twice a month.
2.
0, 2? You get 0? Okay.
I would probably say about 2 or maybe between 2 to 4.
2 to 4. I'll tend to wear the new Geocache Talk one some, and I tend to wear a Puzzle Talk shirt during Puzzle Talk week.
And we're not counting about while we're on the show, right? Because that's different. You talking about outcast?
Just regular. Just regular week during the week.
Yeah.
Of course, a lot of people can't wear shirts like I can wear.
Well, you work from home, but I
work from home.
I come home, and if I'm wearing like a polo shirt, I change shirts.
Right.
Before I go.
Because you actually go to work.
Yeah, 3 days a week at least. Yeah, but if I'm teaching Lego or anything like that, I'm generally in a geocaching shirt.
Okay, very cool.
Unfortunately, a lot of times it's behind the cache shirt, but yeah, or a podcast talk one.
That counts too. But
I used to make it a habit of wearing a caching T-shirt every time I went caching, so that if I got stopped by the police or something, I had, I could say, "Hey, you ever heard of geocaching?" And having something on a shirt at least gives it some legitimacy.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. No. There's some like I'll wear my Fish Kitty says 4 or 5 every week.
There you go.
Main shirt to wear to work. I like that idea. Yeah,
that would be nice. I don't quite get to do that, but I do like the same as Tom. I try to wear a geocaching shirt when I know I'm intentionally going out geocaching. If it's not just spontaneous, I'll try to throw one on for the same reason. In case you run into somebody, it makes it easier to explain. Yeah.
We have a few Motley Caching Crew shirts, but we don't do Motley Caching Crew more than once or we do about three or 4 a year. So yeah, I don't wear this shirt very often. Only when they win, and that's rare.
Wow.
That's why
Congratulations
it looks so
on the win.
Yeah, yes, they won. Shocking that they won today.
What middle school did they beat?
Ooh, no, they beat the Chargers.
It was an elementary school.
Ooh, wow. Shots fired. Okay. Okay, let's see. Do you have any that you particularly will never wear again, but can't throw away because it's a geocaching shirt?
Yes, but I'm not going to say what it is. We talked
about I guess don't say that. Yeah, you don't want to say which one it is, but
does that count if they don't fit anymore?
One?
It's got grease on it. We'll put it that way.
That's possible too. Yeah, you don't have to tell me which one, but do you have one that you have? Charles Absolutely. Has 2. I think I've got a couple that they sit in the closet, and I'm like,
It's become my painting shirt.
I can't give it away. But
I have ones that are torn up from out caching, but they're like trophies. Right. You don't want to get rid of them, so you still keep them. But they have big holes in them, so it's hard to wear out anywhere respectable, right?
Right. Walk through the thorns. You can
a little bit of blood on them, that kind of stuff.
Right. Of course. Well, okay. Next, we're switching. Go ahead.
To answer the first question.
Yeah. Go for it. Oh, I'm sorry, Jeff. I'm sorry. How many
You're waiting patiently.
Skip that bottom right corner. To answer the first question, I've found 5. I know I have a 6th, and I probably have a couple others somewhere, but that's it. I guess I'm the minimalist of the group.
I guess you are. Now, have you ever gotten rid of a shirt?
Geocaching shirt? No.
Yeah. Okay.
I've got everything that I've had. I don't tend to buy them because it's a lot of money to invest in shirts and all that stuff. I
bet he's got 38 of them in quarantine right now on the way there.
They're just stuffed into the closet.
Right. Or just I tend to show up in the mail.
I tend to like more active wear, and I think a lot of shirts just tend to be like normal shirts, normal casual shirts. So I don't usually wear them as much. They just kind of stick in the closet and wait.
Okay.
But for the shirts that I have that will probably never go away, I don't really wear it all that often. It's the one that I got at HQ.
Oh, cool.
So it's like the HQ shirt. It's got the coordinates and all that stuff on it.
Yeah.
It's a cool one, but it's like something you only get there, so it's never going away.
Yeah.
Emily's sporting the what do they call that? The
retro original shirt.
It's the original remake. It's the remake of the original.
Right.
There you go.
I've got that one.
Nice.
I do too.
It's white. I don't know how I would ever wear this out geocaching.
This one doesn't go out. Really. This one's not. This may or may not go out geocaching.
Yeah, really.
I'm taking mine to going
just
caching.
Hate white shirts in general.
Yeah.
Right. Just to wear. Right, but not miss. Don't wear that the day we go through the culverts in Rome.
No.
Well, you can just for the fun of it, I guess. Get that white shirt.
Might make it more fun.
Right.
No.
Need to get more geocaching themed active wear because doing all this paddling. Yeah, I've been wearing like lightweight everything for quick drying, easy to hop out of the kayak and then hop back in, not have to worry about getting soakers and all that. A couple of paddles who just kind of on a hot day just hop out and dive into the water. refreshing. You don't have to worry about getting soaked and drying off. You're dry in a few minutes again.
That's what these that Derek and I have they're the cool dry Hanes shirts. They're the sports ones or wick away everything.
Nice. Well, my problem is everything's a men's cut, so it's up here. I don't know how you guys do it, but I can't stand this on a hot day out geocaching.
Well, get a V-neck.
Yeah, you got to get V-neck. That's the only way to be able to wear it.
Well, I do often. I like the shirts that headquarters sells in their shop, so I tend to buy those, but they come in men's. Right. What is this, crew neck? So
well, they sell a women's cut shirt that's the it's
that's not.
What is that, Charlie?
Longer with the hip width thing.
Form fitting for whatever idealistic woman shape is that some other man probably created, right?
Let's listen to Charles dig this hole. This is
Put him back up. Keep
the problem with that is that the other side to that is those women's shirts that they do have tend to run small.
Yes.
So my wife, when we went to headquarters and she went and tried on shirts, had to, if she wanted to get the women's cut V-neck shirt, she had to get it 2 sizes larger than what she normally wore it in. And so she was like, I'll just go out and get the men's crew neck. And then she just comes in and, cuts her own little V in the top.
That's a good idea.
There you go.
Yeah, Jesse's always wants the
child.
He likes the V-neck.
I cut shirts a lot, so it happens.
He hates that crew neck one.
Well, I'm not trying to be choked by my T-shirt. That's ridiculous.
No, it's the worst.
just stretch your neck hole a bit. There you
go. That's one way to do it.
Even with a V-neck, I stretch it. So,
all right, well, sticking with the clothing theme, the next question is: Do you have any? Oh, wait, back up. Do you prefer to wear shorts to geocache if the weather allows it, or do you wear them no matter what the weather is year-round when you geocache?
Shorts?
No.
Shorts. Do you wear shorts to geocache in?
Very rare.
No.
Last time I wore shorts to geocache was one time floating down the river.
Tom, go back to Tom. Go back to Tom. Tom's wearing shorts. Wow, that's probably more than. Okay, I don't know what rating we're gonna get for that.
Wow. That's not what I thought I was gonna see tonight.
That was
PG, pretty gross.
Now, I'm not saying that I don't own shorts. Like, I think I bought a pair of shorts tonight on my very first trip to a Costco. But I bought a pair tonight. Mm-hmm. It's probably the first pair of shorts that I've bought in probably three or 4 years that's not a like workout pair of shorts to go to the gym or run in. Like, these are, some nice shorts to wear with, to fit in with these yuppie Arizona people that I live with now. Right. But I don't go geocaching in them. Like, it could be 110 degrees outside here in Arizona. I'm wearing jeans.
Yeah,
they're cactus out here.
Exactly. Yeah,
they're rattlesnakes. I want something in between me and the nature that I run into.
Yeah.
When I'm back in Texas, depending on where we're at for a challenge, if I, when we go out to Tennessee, it's probably going to be the same way. Look, there's poison oak, poison ivy, poison sumac. I'm trying not to be covered in some type of orange or pink lotion because I walked out in the woods in shorts.
I agree with Kitty Catch. Urban caching. I mean, I had shorts on when we were at Mingo, and when Josh pushed me down the hill, I got all scratched up on my legs. So
that's true.
That was one of the last times I did that. And here, those that are coming to Cache Fest, there's ticks and chiggers and stuff like that going through them. Jesse and I got eaten up.
Well, just wear shorts. It's okay.
Nah, I would say pants all the time because you never know where you're going to have to dive into bushes. And so it's like, I'm always prepared. And I'll say the best kind of pants are basically active. I've got a heavier pair of active wear that have the tearaway lower half of the legs. So you can take those off, and then they become shorts if you really want to.
Right. That's
so.
cool.
When do you dive into bushes? Do you get scared and just jump in, or how often does that happen?
Why are you diving in bushes?
That's when you're like with 3 or 4 other friends, and they're like, "It's over there," and they're all looking at it because they're all in shorts. Like, I can't find it, and then you just walk right in.
Oh,
I like shorts. I don't care.
I was just picturing you diving in.
Logical, but I don't care. I'm wearing shorts anyway.
Boy, this is why I brought the question up, because I'm exact opposite. If it's 110 out, I'm still wearing pants. I don't care. I'll just sweat through them because I can't. Yeah. I can't. I mean, I'll tear my. I mean, because I am prone to finding, if there's a thorn out there, I'll find it, and so I need the pants. So
yeah. So I like the lighter weight pants that are good for outdoor stuff, because then you have that coolness of the lighter pants. Jeans are great for because there's a lot of tree climbings. I actually find that the jeans are better for climbing trees. They'll stretch and they'll adjust as you're climbing. So
and
other pants like those heavier weight active pants that I have are awful for tree climbing, because it just feels like they tense up in some of the seams.
Mm-hmm.
So it's there's certain pants that are great for good context.
Right. Well, and you'll get a raspberry real quick coming down a tree on your on your thigh with scraping the side of that tree.
Poor baby.
I know, it's gonna hurt.
Just jump.
Jump. Snap my foot.
I don't bounce.
I don't. I'm not. I do not bounce. What was the one, Tom?
I thud. Yeah, I thud.
Tom was talking about pants the other day. We were talking about what's the.
Oh, I was gonna say, I wear shorts if I'm doing just truly urban stuff, but otherwise, Duluth Trading Company's fire hose pants, who would be an awesome sponsor, I think.
Okay.
How are those when they get wet?
I'll work
on heavy.
They're heavy when they're dry, but nothing goes through them.
They would not be for the kayaking side of things. You'd want to wear those if you're out somewhere else.
Yeah, thorns aren't going to go through them. Rattlesnake's going to bust his teeth off. I mean, they're tough.
Yes,
I'm not familiar with
extra pockets.
I think it's 511s, aren't they?
511 is what I was thinking.
Yeah, maybe talking about 511 tack pants.
I wear cargo pants all the time for scenes with production and stuff like that. I'm stuffing microphones and other stuff in them all the time. In fact, I got them on right now. And
yeah, and I've got a pair of cargo pants as well. But I found that they can be a little more tender to things like thorns and scrapes, because they always seem to get those little holes in them that just come out of nowhere.
Right. Are you talking more of these, Jeff? The Columbia fishing pants for if you're going to get in the water?
Maybe.
Okay.
That's a brand name, so I would have to look at the brand.
Yeah. But, right. They have a lot of pockets on them.
Yeah.
Mike is in Jesse's camp.
I wear those too.
I wear pants sometimes, but I don't mind.
The shorts, always shorts.
Yeah. One other reason that pants that I always wear pants, I've kind of cornered myself into wearing them all the time, because if the last time I wore shorts, I pretty much just blinded everyone with the whites. There's no sun on these legs, not because you're always wearing pants all the time. So yeah.
So mine is strictly fashion. I hate shorts.
Okay.
I have never looked at myself in the mirror and thought, wow, that's a good look in shorts. Right. I bought shorts for the first time in years to go to Gilby in July, and I wore them, but I hated them.
Okay. There you go.
Hate shorts.
I'm okay wearing shorts, just not geocaching. Go ahead, Charles.
So to answer Jinxer's kilts, I own one.
Oh wow!
But I wear it very traditionally, so probably would not wear geocaching.
Yes, that could be dangerous.
Only on tree climbing caches, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would wear a skirt geocaching, no problem. But no, not shorts, and that's strictly fashion based.
Wow. Yeah, Jessica, she's calling you out tonight.
I know she is. I know.
You would not believe how many SD cards, batteries, and geocaching things I've washed.
Good to know that SD cards usually are okay after being washed.
Yeah.
Batteries, not always. I've had a few that swelled up, but
Oh gosh, no. Shorts and flip flops?
No.
That's Mia Wallace there.
That's Colorado weather right there.
And Katie, Geocaching
Wow.
Katie's always in her flip flops and sandals. And like,
oh.
why are you wearing that? No.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's something called a utilikilt.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. All right.
It's a kilt with pockets.
Bert Turtle says he has a hiking kilt. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to know about that. Well, don't wear it non-traditionally, please. Oh, he says Alberta weather. Okay.
See? Some people are tougher than others. It's okay.
I'm just warning you, if you come to Texas and you're going to cash out in West Texas, you probably don't want flip-flops. Just saying. You're probably going to get a thorn or
I
two.
bet I'll still wear shorts.
Or 50. I know you will, because you're familiar with it, though.
I would add north and central and south to that, too.
Yeah, really pretty much the whole state, what you're saying. So
there's a county or two out east, it might be okay.
Maybe.
So I'm kind of curious now. I want to know if people are actually wearing kilts out geocaching, and if they are, tag us in the photo because
that's right.
In Scotland, reply.
That's in
Scotland. Yeah, that's true.
Finlay and his Drudge, maybe he might have one over there. Or any of our Irish Allen, someone over in that part of the world. Croc shoes. Let's have lots of hiking than tennis shoes. So, yeah. Okay.
I don't know any of those.
Thorns go through flip-flops knives like hotbed. That way boy, do they ever, especially down here.
Stinging nettles go through a lot of pants as well because it's like that. It's like a little chemical thing. So if the chemical can get through the material, then you can still feel it.
Yeah, those are no fun.
I can vouch for this because I've been out caching with her.
Oh, West Tech Road. Shorts and flip-flops 90% of the time. That's crazy.
Hashtag kilt caching.
Kilt caching. All right, good to know.
Well, I'm trying to hide it. There it goes.
Kilt caching. All right, we're going to switch gears again. We got a lot of gear switching tonight. This is going to get into favorite points. I need everybody to go pull up your geocaching account right now because you might not know off the top of your head. I want to know how many favorite points you currently have that you have not given out. And then tell me why. Why do you still have favorite points in your account right now that you have not given out? So anyway, we'll just go around the room. Whoever's ready can tell me.
I have an answer, but it's not going to be nice.
Go ahead. Go for it. We're okay with that.
474 favorite points to give out.
Right. Total.
I give them out on good caches. That's the nice way to say that.
But wow.
Let's be honest. When I go to a good cache, like some of the people in this room would put out, I absolutely not only give a favorite point, but I write a big long log.
Sure.
But it seems to be a lot of times now. Obviously, power trails don't get anything. You get a lot of favorite points from doing those, but you're not going to give a lot out because generally they're not very good outside of that first one. But a lot of the caches you go to, it's an LPC, it's a pill bottle under a bush. I'm not giving that a favorite point. There's no way. I'm not going to do it just because. No, it's not going to happen.
So you've got a lot.
Try to give them out if they do any kind of creativity. I try to give out a favorite point for sure. I try to remember to do that. Nobody's perfect at it, but if they even try, and it's not just like here's like the typical one you see. This place didn't have a cache, so I put one here. That's not really the whole point of that, but okay. So that there's no way I'm going to give those out. But if I come by a good one at all, I absolutely try to give one out. If they even try to do something, even paint the Altoid 10, right? Maybe don't have that rusty razor blade of death under there.
Exactly.
And I'll absolutely give it a favorite point.
I almost had to beg him to give me a favorite point when we were out caching. He found one of mine.
Was it good?
Of course it was good. It was a gadget. Remember we did a 6.
Did I give it a favorite point?
Yes, you did. But I was like,
there you go.
I was like, are you going to give this a favorite point? Well, I guess.
Usually, if somebody asks for it, I'm not going to do it.
Be forced into it. Exactly.
No, obviously, gadget caches, they get favorite points, stuff like that. But, you know, a lot of the times we'll do challenges, and this is for another show. We ought to have a show about challenges. I think we do.
Do a show.
But you'll go do an excellent challenge. Here's where I get conflicted. It's an awesome challenge you'll work on for like 6 months, and then you go, and it's under an LPC. And you're like,
yeah.
Really? So then I'm always conflicted. Now I'll leave that up to everybody else whether they do it or not. But if you don't like complete it all the way through, do you award it a favorite point or do you not? And that's as nice as I can put all that. So I'll let everybody else go crazy with it.
I would, but that's just me. I'll give it a favorite.
You're too nice though.
I know, but I've got. I'll do mine real fast, and then we'll get to everybody else. I've got 26 favorite points remaining, which seems to be more than I should really have. I need to start giving some more out.
Out of how many, though, there, Gary? How many did you have to start with?
I have 227. 227. I got 26 left. So I don't know. Is that a decent amount? I mean, is that a decent?
Well, do you think you find one awesome cache for every? I mean, for every 10 that you find, is one of them awesome?
No, probably not.
There you go.
1 out of 10. 1 out of 10. That's a good question.
You get a favorite point for every 10 that you find.
Mm-hmm.
So that means if you're giving out one, staying even. That means 1 out of all those 10 deserved a favorite point.
Yeah,
I do not find 1 out of 10 that deserve a favorite point.
That's a good point.
Now, you know, in some areas that's totally different, right? Like if we're up in Chad's neighborhood, we're probably going to find some awesome stuff, and we'll probably run through some favorite points. If we're out in the middle of the desert, probably not so much.
Australia must be the place to go, man, because maybe right now, but
589 given. Yeah, how do you know how many you've given?
Well, because he did total.
That's underneath your remaining.
Mine doesn't.
Yeah,
mine doesn't.
Just take your total fines over 10.
No,
you go over the question mark.
I was gonna say you go over the question mark and it'll tell you.
Oh, see, look, we just learned something.
Wait, where's this at?
You can use the old. I use the old
profile.
dashboard.
I use the old dashboard too. I can't.
Yeah,
it has.
I use
stuff
the old dashboard.
Yep.
That's interesting. 900. So you don't get it if you attend events, then, right? You don't get them for finding events
or Adventure Labs.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, really?
Interesting.
Because they're not caches, and you don't post logs.
You do for events.
Yeah,
of course. Australia is
Adventure
the
Labs.
Cache. And Ozvox pointed out. He said, says he don't remove favorites from archive caches as the cacher has, aren't it?
Probably earned it.
Oh,
that's a whole different show. That's a different show, right?
That's for a whole show right there. But
it doesn't remove the favorite point from archive caches, though. If you remove that favorite
anymore,
it keeps it right.
Used to, right? Yeah.
It used to, yes.
Didn't know
so you might as well take them off all archive caches.
Well, I would take them off all archive caches because it keeps that person keeps that favorite, and you get your favorite back.
Oh,
nice!
I'll remove it from some if I want them back, but not from others if I am going down that list of favorites and I just by reading the name can remember the awesome experience. Then that archive cache is never losing that point from me because it's a nostalgia walk.
It won't lose it if it's archived either way, if you take it or not.
Well, but it won't show up on your list, will it?
Yeah. So if I like it there on the list because of the good memories, just
add it to a favorites list.
Oh, that's true. You could do that.
I'm going to try to find an archive cache I've found that I've favorited and remove the favorite point because that's the first time that I've heard that. And because there's a lot.
I think they did that, about a year ago or something?
You have to try that.
Right. Yeah. I think that's the Chad rule. I think they made a rule for Chad.
If we're not favoriting 1 out of 10 now, then why do you need to pull them back?
Because it's not a favorite cache anymore because it's gone.
Yeah.
But
I know there was quite a few of us that talked to HQ about that.
Which part of it, Chad?
About having the caches keep the favorite points.
Oh, right. Because you're looking at it from the cache owner side of things more than
right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So Jeff, go ahead.
I was gonna say, Jeff, what is your totals?
So I have 612 to give.
Okay.
I'm not the worst. by the way. Go ahead.
So that means I've given out about 1,069, and mainly that's because of all the power trails in Ontario.
Wait, you've got 600 favorite points remaining
to give, yeah.
What?
But you found like 16,000, 17,000 caches, right? So you would have that many.
So I tend to give them out for unique ideas, something that stands out from other ones. If it was a fun cache, like a gadget cache or something, if you could tell that there was effort put in, because sometimes there might be a newer cache owner that does something that's really cool for them, but it might not necessarily be unique. But if they put effort in, then I might give it to them because they've kind of earned it. Or the usual one, if you have a memorable experience finding a cache, then it's more for yourself. I'll mark it as a favorite because I had fun.
Right.
But around here, we've got so many power trails that a lot of them are just the same as everything else.
Okay.
So you just keep racking up the finds and racking up the favorite points. And, let me find one that I want to drop a favorite point on.
Right.
Because sometimes in those power trails, it might be a great power trail, but do you give a favorite to every single cache in the series? Or maybe just the first one? It's another topic.
If they're unique, right? Like, I always give the first one a favorite point if I like the series. But if there's something unique along the way, then I'll absolutely give it a favorite point. But usually they're, when you get on a power trail, they're pretty much the same after the first one.
But ET Highway
probably dumped a bunch this week up there finding goblin dust caches.
Yeah. Charles? What's your total?
About that.
What's your total, Charles?
I have earned a total of 606, and I have 251 remaining.
Dang.
So I've given out, a little over half of what I've earned. And let me see if I can go back to this and look, because I was looking at this based on that comment. So, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 20. So I found 20 caches while I was up in the Polsbo area, and I handed out 3 favorite points.
Whoa, that's it?
That's it. Huh. So I'm in the same boat with Jesse. Like, this has to be I have to personally have.
This better blow you away, huh?
Yeah, it better take me to a phenomenal location with a view that is fan-freaking-tastic. And I'm the same way. So it's an Altoids 10 at the end, all right? But if I'm on top of a mountaintop looking out at, the ocean, and I'm up there at sunset, and it's just, all right, hey, absolutely. And I'm going to write a extra long blog, generally speaking, more than I normally do, right?
Well, so it can't just buy you dinner. It has to buy you like a really nice dinner.
No, yeah. So,
it's not. It can't just be dinner and a movie. It's got like the fancy dinner, and
I'm 100% with Charles.
Like a theater, it's got to be like a ballet or something to make.
So not a corn dog and regular mustard. It has to have the honey mustard or something.
It's got to have the fancy mustard.
You better have like some extra spicy mustard with it. But
better, yeah.
So and not a knock to Goblin Dust as a cache owner, as a person, or anything, but one of his caches that I found.
You have to buy
got a favorite point while I was there. I found multiple, right? But no offense to him as a person. I met him at the event that I went to, and we shook hands and whatnot. And I'm sure I know him all of the 7 minutes that we actually had conversation there at the event. So I don't know him personally. So, don't take this personal when I say this. Right, it's not a dig at him as an individual or as a man, but if you bring me to the back of the REI where it smells like urine, I don't care how big the cache container is. It's probably not going to get.
You don't consider that an experience?
that was part of my experience, and so
favorite point experience.
If you came over on this side, you would only smell the urine. You actually see the homeless person making it.
Right. You get a full.
That happened at one of his other caches that I found. Some guy pulled up on his bicycle and was like, "What are y'all doing?" We're like, it's a scavenger hunt game. And he just dropped trowel got off his bicycle, dropped trowel right in the parking lot in front of the your little muffin shop there, and left a little oil stain, got on his bike, and rode off. And we're like, all right. So it's the same side on this side of the sound as it is on the other,
That's hysterical.
But there are certain things that for me, generally speaking, will earn a favorite point a little easier from me. Than other things. If you've got a really well done Star Wars themed cache,
sure,
on the list. If you've got a really well themed and a well done cache for some type of veterans memorial,
right,
favorite point. If not, I may still write you a really nice log, but I'm probably not going to give you a favorite point. That's just kind of that's me. As for my personal standards, nothing against anybody else anywhere else. That's me as a
Charles. That's Grumpy Old Charles' favorite point theory.
Yep.
Derek,
all
favorite
right,
points.
So
I'm trying to remember this time. I won't leave.
Yeah, I've got 2 left to give out.
That's pretty good.
And now I've had 98. Now remember
you're
how
not
I
stingy.
Cache. I'm not stingy, and how I cache, I go after high favorite pointed caches, anyways.
That's true.
So
you're
tilting. I'm tilted a little bit that way.
Yeah,
I was just looking. In fact, I was just looking through which ones I favorited, and there are very few that have actually have been archived that I still have on here. One that's actually kind of surprised that it was is Freedom Go Boom, which is I have a video of it. It's the cannon in front of one of my friends' front yard. That was really cool. And then, some of these I'm just looking over them and I remember a lot of these, but I haven't been stingy. Some of these that have been archived, I may pull it back because I want to have some more points when I go do these high favorite points. If I don't have them, I want to be able to give them away. So I may pull some of them back like what Chad was talking about, but I do go after more high favorite appointed caches and doing that aspect of it. So
you're kind of skewing it a little bit, but
but that's the way I cache. We cache how we like to, right?
So Direwolf said they've given a favorite point to the bonus cache or Adventure Lab because that's the only way really to give favorite points in Adventure Lab. I like that idea.
Totally agreed with that.
That's a good point. I like that.
Yeah, if it's Star Wars, I usually take away a favorite point. But
that's okay. Go ahead, Jeff.
I was going to say, to interject, to add on to what Derek just said with that archived cache, I looked up an archived cache that I favorited and tested by removing the favorite. I get it back, and the cache stays at not stays, but is removed. So it's one favorite less.
So
it does change
doesn't stick.
Favorite points are for active caches.
But if it's an archived cache and
we're
you
just
remove
trying
the
to
favorite
figure
point, it will remove the count from the archived cache. So it doesn't stay.
Should
maybe if the cache gets locked after archival, maybe that's the difference. Maybe, but
you need to find a locked
archived cache that you favorited.
Which may not be a whole lot of those.
Yeah.
Right. All right, we'll try that. Somebody go find a locked.
Everybody go take away all your favorite points from archived caches and see what happens.
No, let's not do that.
The reason I think it's because it's the mechanic of the fact that the favorite point is attached to your log. So if you remove a favorite point, it doesn't quite make sense if the count is based on whether a log has a favorite point, because then the numbers would get mixed up.
Fun
Burnt turtles.
Remember, everybody go remove your favorite points tonight.
No, do not do that. But burnt turtles brings up and we gotta move on. We got some other questions, but if a cache has thousands of favorite points, doesn't need one more. In my opinion, and I don't. This is just my opinion, but I don't care who gave what it's my favorite point, and if I think it was
personal
great,
preference.
It's personal preference, right? Jesse's
yeah. I think it depends on whether you look at favorite points as a reward for the cache owner or as marking what you think is your favorite cache, a good experience.
Yeah.
Well, or Jeff could be the opposite too. I mean, I'm not going to be like, if somebody gave a bunch of favorite points to it, I try to not be influenced peer pressure in a sense by this thing has 1,000 favorite points. I mean, I might maybe almost be the opposite. I was like, oh, this better, as we talked about before, this better take me to dinner and like buy me dessert too. And if it doesn't, then maybe I don't give it a favorite point because I'm thinking 1,000 favorite points. It didn't wow me that
favorite
much.
points on a curve.
They
don't need them anymore. Let's give them to the ones that don't have much.
That's right.
On the removing of the favorite point,
give them to events.
Oh yeah,
event favorite point. It shouldn't remove it from the cache owner's numbers. So the cache might lose that favorite point, but his total of favorite points earned won't change.
Here, let's test
there
that.
You go.
Yeah, let me go find yours. Favorite
we tested that once before too on one of mine.
Well, yeah, because Derek could go remove a favorite point right now. Put it back when you're done.
Hold on, I may have to add
one. Put it back when you're done.
Go put it back when you're done.
So what happens if you remove the favorite point, then put it back on, then remove it and put it back on? Does your favorite point count keep going up for that owner?
No.
Somebody go try that one too.
301.
Let's not do that.
Okay, so that owner had 301 total.
This is how to hack the system night.
If you go claim that you found a cache in Alaska, you'll get the icon, and then if you go remove it, you keep the souvenir, which
that's a different mechanic.
That's a wrong.
And guess what? If you do that, there's really no way to get rid of that souvenir because I did it by accident one time.
You have to ask, and then they'll suggest you hide it because you can hide it from your public profile, but you still see it on your own management list, which a lot of people don't like. So
that's kind of lame. I'd rather just remove it.
Yeah. So I just tested that, and it did reduce the favorite points for that cache owner. I thought maybe it wouldn't, because sometimes it might take a while for it to trickle down to the stats, but it was immediate.
But those are Canadian favorite points you're doing. That's
those are. That's like a 0.8.
Those are metric. Those I don't think those count.
I just added it back.
I wonder if HQ changed what they were doing. I wonder if they had too many people say something about it, so they decided to.
Yeah, maybe it was like that for a short time, and there was complaints, and then they reverted back to the original. Yeah.
What?
That's for another show too, by the way, Darryl.
No way.
Karma score. That's another. That's a show we got to do.
The karma score. That's a different one.
We got to talk about that.
Well, let me tell you, I was at 12:15. I got 85 left.
Oh,
and
sorry, Tom.
For the longest time, in my area, if you made a puzzle cache, it was automatic favorite.
Right.
And now there's so many in my area, I don't give them out like that anymore. But I kind of influence things by.
But you should, because they're puzzles. You shouldn't change just because there's a lot of them.
But now there's puzzle caching power trails in my area. I mean, I've got 2 trails already solved that I'd use up those 85 and another 100 more if I gave one to everyone on the trail.
Sounds like you need to find a long power trail of just easy parking grabs somewhere out in the Nevada desert.
Yeah. Oh, just saying.
Just
out there.
Just find more trads, roadside trads, bump up that favorite point.
You give a favorite point to the first one, right?
Yes.
Just skip the first one.
Right. You got to for the first.
You start at number 2.
1. Charles says no. Start at 2.
Again, grumpy cache finder, I guess. I don't know.
You gotta give at least 1, don't you?
Look at that.
I can do anything.
That pill bottle in a sage bush or underneath a pile of rocks. At the beginning is no different than at the end.
Yeah. I think ET Highway number 1 isn't. I think it's a letterbox. I don't think it's a.
Yes.
Is the karma, that's on Project GC, right? Because somebody's asking.
Yeah,
The Karma
I'm
score?
looking that up.
Karma scores on Project GC.
The Project GC. Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
All right. I think we've beaten favorite
All right, we've
points
beaten favorite points. No longer favorite points. Give a favorite point for the show, by the way, if you would.
Yeah, that's
give
a
a
good
like
one.
and subscribe. Please.
You don't have to wait 10 shows to give one favorite point. It's okay.
Smash that like button. Yeah, you don't have to wait on that one. So,
Oh,
all right.
This is good. One last note. This week's homework, give out a favorite point.
There you go. Spread the love.
Counter homework. Everybody take away 2 favorite points.
Funny.
Now, don't listen to me. Listen to Emily instead.
Listen to Emily. All right, just to switch gears completely again, we're going to switch to food because I know some of you have eaten dinner. Some of you probably have not, but
Partially.
All right. Maybe. Snacks while geocaching. Let's start with that one. Do you take the time to take snacks with you while geocaching? Do you not geocache and snack? Charles says no. Jesse says yes. While geocaching now, not normally. And this one, by the way, is completely different for me based on, am I going with just another, like, is just Susan and I going out, or is it like the Motley Caching crew, or is it event? Like, if it's an event, then we're probably buying a bunch of junk. We're probably going to eat junk food the whole time. But even then, I don't think I snack a lot. Well, because we're usually, a lot of times I'll be driving and I don't want to wait. I don't want to waste time eating something. I got to get out, because if I don't get out before Charles or Jesse, well, it's too late anyway. If I'm cashing with Charles, I'm not beating them to the punch. I don't care if I'm not driving. I'm not going to beat them to the punch. But so how about everybody else? Does everybody else do you snack while geocaching? My next question will be after geocaching, but while geocaching, do you snack?
I think it depends on the type of caching you're doing.
Yeah.
GeoVet's like
if
Sonic.
I'm like in the car
blown.
bouncing between different ones, I'm gonna have water and gummy bears. If I'm out hiking, I'm gonna have maybe some granola bars or some beef jerky with me, just in case I want something to eat. But it's definitely water. But that's just. And if I'm caching with kids, then there's something. I mean, it just really depends on how we're going out there.
Right.
But have I forgotten to feed the kids? Yes, but that's another. That's for another show.
That is for another show.
Maybe geocaching with kids. But yeah, I mean, it just really depends on how we're going out caching. I mean, if I'm just going out to grab a quick one, what's the point?
Right.
So.
And I'll generally be no snacks unless it's a really, really long hike. Because it's like this is part one, because part two is more relevant to this answer. But yeah, it's like building up an appetite for after caching.
Yeah,
especially if you're with friends.
Correct. You're right, Jeff. I'm gonna ask you where you can normally go after caching, but keep that answer here in a second. All right. Anybody else?
Well, shout out to my mom who's watching. She is
yay.
Snacking. Hey, thanks, Mom. So if we are caching, like if we're going to be out all day in the back roads, cheese, pepperoni, pretzels.
Wow.
So kind of snacky, try to have some protein in there to get us through to the end of the day.
So what you're saying is when I'm in Rome, I need to make sure your mom is in my car, so I make sure I get snacks on the trip. Okay, gotcha.
Yes.
I'm making a point. I'm making a note.
I bring the full lunchbox, so I don't care what everybody else does. Gummy bears and water are not going to work for me. I'm bringing a full lunchbox with cold storage and food in it. So you got to have that food. You never know you're going to get stuck, and you may start caching thinking, I'm just going to get one or two. We know it doesn't end up like that. Next thing you know, you're out there for 4 or 5 hours.
Could be a matter of life and death.
Yeah, it's still caching. You got to eat. You know, you don't want to die.
Right. You got to live. Yeah. So real quick, we were Jesse and Charles and Laura and I. We did my caches in Kansas / we did one I think we did just one in Nebraska, but we did stop periodically for food units, but so related to that is we stopped for a bathroom break in a town that had no public bathrooms whatsoever. Not one. That town had zero, not one public bathroom. So what do? We just headed on down the trail. Y'all remember that?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
We went several places looking and yeah.
That was
reused.
Yep.
Yeah, well, you know what happens if you have no public restrooms, right? You get
According
a surprise.
to my dad, the whole world is a toilet.
The whole world's a toilet. Yeah.
And Gary, my mom messaged and said you can place your order now so she can plan.
Oh, yes. I love it.
Beat that.
Yes, that's perfect. I will do that. So what about if is that everybody for the Charles or I'm sorry, we did Charles, Chad, Tom. No comment.
I don't. We usually don't pack food along. When we get hungry, we just go find a restaurant and go eat. Support the local economy.
Chad, same way. Okay.
Yeah.
I have a hard time, Gary, like you. I have a hard time stopping in the middle of the day. End of the day, yes, please. I'm starving. But the middle of the caching day, I can't. I hate to waste that time.
Yep. Now, I guess it also depends if you're caching in the same location. So, Molly Caching Crew, we're still not done with North Texas or around the DFW area. So we go do that together. We are going to 1050 barbecue and we're going to eat 1050 barbecue. That's our standard. We do it every time now. It's just tradition. So we do it now every time. So does anybody else have what's that?
You're mainly talking about urban caching though.
Well, urban, but some of it's not. The last trip we took, we were not in we were in the DFW area, but not really. We were out in these little small towns. So it's still
you're going car to car. You're driving from cache to cache. You're not hiking,
we are driving,
kayaking like Jeff, or out on the mountain.
No, you're true. You're right. Yeah. It would still be probably considered urban. It's just So we're ending up at the same place. But for everyone else, do you have a tradition that you do or do you? It doesn't have to be the same place, but do you have a tradition when you're done, or do you just try to go home and collapse and not die?
No, I definitely eat out at the end of the day. And my small town has minimal options. So it's basically eat wherever we don't have the option to eat at home at if we're out of town.
Okay, cool.
Something you can't get every day.
It depends on the type of caching you're doing. If you're going out with a group, you may have somewhere you go. When Christy and I go out, we generally we'll have snacks with us, we'll bring food, but then if it's just like a caching date, we'll go out and cache until we find a cool little diner on the side of the road somewhere, and that's where we'll stop and have our date lunch or whatever. And
sure,
that type of caching, that's a different type of caching. So,
right, very cool. Yep. We found a few of those Tiraviators, hole in the wall Tex-Mex joints. Yep. We found one in Bells, Texas, and we actually many times stop for lunch and then stop for dinner. We don't really do a lot of. Well, I don't. The guys probably have snacks with them, but we tend to do Buc-ee's somewhere for lunch. 1050 barbecue, and then we always end up back at Buc-ee's because we leave cars at Buc-ee's. So we do Buc-ee's twice. So,
it's a staple.
Staple. You got to go to Buc-ee's. I mean, if you have a Buc-ee's.
And they're popping up a lot of different places too.
They are. There's one out in Georgia.
And Alabama.
Alabama's a Buc-ee's. Yeah, you can't pass a Buc-ee's. Yeah, absolutely.
Never been to Buc-ee's.
You will one day.
Once they let you out of Canada.
Put it on a list for Seattle.
There's no Buc-ee's in Seattle.
I bet New Jersey's going to be the last place to get a Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's, yes. All right. Anything more on the food side? We got some other questions to get to. We will move on. All right. So, in a unpublished book that's hopefully will soon to be published, there is a chapter. I don't know anything about the chapter other than the chapter name is Get Your Own Berry. Is that the name of it, Jesse? Get Your Own Berry.
Yes.
Okay. So
it's a Pokemon book.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, Jesse has a friend that named Barry. Barosaurus?
Yeah, Barosaur, yeah.
That's what he goes by. Yeah. Barry's a great guy. Basically what that means is there are times when Jesse isn't with the wife or the family, and he's gonna rough it, and he's gonna get out in the middle of nowhere, and he and Barry are gonna travel, and they're gonna sleep in their car, and they're not gonna shower, and they're just gonna rough it. Now you don't have to go that far for this question, but who is your Barry? Other than your wife, so no wife. You can't use the wife for the example.
Yeah. Do you have that crazy person that no matter how weird of a trip that you come up with, they're going to go with you?
That's it.
I have two options. I have my brother-in-law.
Oh, okay.
And
cool.
He'll do anything I propose.
I knew your mom would do that.
My mom would. Yeah, we don't live in the same state anymore, so.
Yeah.
It can't be her. Or two folks, Darren and Randall, and we will go all day long, do whatever it is that we need to get done, and
just keep going.
Keep going. We just cache and
cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. They're serious enough hardcore cachers that they're like, let's do another cache. Let's keep going.
Exactly. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Anybody else have somebody that's not a significant other, Jeff?
I can think of a friend. He's been in a few of my videos, a couple of my videos, and if he's available, I'm sure he would absolutely be up for a wild adventure.
Cool. That's awesome. Mine, of course, I won't talk about them anymore, but Motley Caching Crew, they're crazy, they're wild, and they'll go do caches anywhere. I mean, and they want to keep going. So they're always like, let's do another one. And I'm like, the barbecue is calling though. We need to get to the barbecue. And they're like, oh gosh, it's a okay, let's go get the barbecue, then we'll do some more. Or, no, but they're
10 more and then we'll stop. 10 more.
Usually wiped out, but 10 more and then stop. So does anybody else have somebody that they? I mean, the wife, obviously, some of y'all's wives are hardcore. Laura, Christy, everybody else, pretty much everybody has, for the most part. I don't know, Jess. Would you say Jess is kind of?
Sometimes we like favorite points, but we'll do more events. But probably who I was going to say would probably be my DNF Avenger, Sam. Whenever we're together, he's always wanting to go. He wants to go caching. That's what we've always done. So that would be the only one right off. But yeah, after doing a streak for 100 and something days, that about almost ruined it for the kids. So.
Yeah, streaks are dangerous.
Yeah,
for family.
Yeah. And more power to you, those that have done streaks and the kids are still into it. Sweet, but but Sam's probably one of the ones that would be like, yeah, I'll go do that. I mean, I've put him up in a tree, 73 feet up in the air after I'd done it a couple months earlier, and he did it in like a third of the time or a quarter of the time that it took me to get up and down. Wanted to kill him.
Yeah,
but
he's in good shape.
Yeah, well, he's only like a $1.15 soaking wet. Yeah, so he had a little bit less to pull up.
Works perfect.
But yeah, he's he's probably the only one.
Okay. All Charles, you got somebody other than Laura that wants to?
Jess did say I did make her do a 7-mile hike after hip surgery.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll never live that one down.
She will not let you live that down. It wasn't just.
That's intense.
It wasn't just after hip surgery. I mean,
no, it was a little over a month.
Yeah, come on.
And it was flat terrain. We did the ape cache. It was the coolest time were in the entire time that we were at
Seattle,
Washington, because it was 116 and it was 50 degrees inside the tunnel. So it was great.
That's bizarre though, probably to go from the tunnel to outdoors. That's I didn't realize it was that long till that video you did, but
I didn't realize it was that long either.
2.2 miles.
Yeah, it's 2 miles each way.
Deceptive.
No, it was a little bit longer.
It looks short, but it's long.
I mean, the further you zoom out on that map, the shorter it looks.
Depending on where you park in the parking lot,
it
is a big, if you get there late in the day and all of the parking spots are up close to the top are taken, you're walking a good extra bit, to get up there, and then the cache is not directly right out of the tunnel. You got to walk a ways for it too, but. So it's over 2 miles each direction. So you're walking 4.5 miles round trip for that if you only go for that one cache.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was well that's really all we did, but it ended up being my watch said 6.6 something miles. So
well, but you're chasing the kids too the whole time and the dog and everybody else.
Well,
so
I wasn't chasing them on the way back. Because Chewy was in my backpack, and I could not feel my arms for the next 2 hours. But
you're dragging them back.
That dog weighs
cut
like
off the
10
circulation
pounds,
in my arms.
It?
Do what?
That dog doesn't weigh very much.
He was like 30 pounds, but the backpack didn't have the little hip, and the backpack was cutting into right underneath my arms, and my arms were going numb. But he was fine. He was happy as all get out. But man, he was about to kill me. Just the way he was sitting.
Anybody else have a berry?
Used to.
Do you? But pretty much y'all
get you one. You need one.
Y'all go with your wives, which is great too. So they're up for adventure, which is great. Okay, let me switch to another question. We're getting close to the end.
Just say if you're in the San Antonio area, I'm easily bribed with food if you need me to go along.
There you go. That's right.
Whataburger number 3 from Whataburger.
4.
That's right. 4. Number 4.
Number 4.
Number 4 from Whataburger. Okay. All right. Well, now we're getting to the nitty gritty here. So, okay. Let's see. I'm going to skip some questions. We'll do this again someday. I've got some we're going to skip. We'll skip the coin question.
Oh, good.
I counted mine. It's only 79, so we don't have a lot.
Probably double,
I have about that in pounds.
Right. Path tags. Pretty much all my path tags are right here. So I don't know. We can get to those someday. Let me ask you a different kind of question. Do you have a geocache near you? May not have to be necessarily nearby, but just a geocache that you'll ignore. And does it depend on the day? Does it depend on the day or situation that you'll ignore that, or is it the type that you'll ignore?
That's one of my own counts.
No.
Your own count? No, those don't count, Jeff. I assume
Chad.
You're going to ignore your own.
That was Chad.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Oh, Chad. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Mine was the mental leap puzzles, the ones that everybody tries to solve, nobody can get, and they just sit there for months or years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just skip them, which makes sense. Or you've attempted them, but you're like, I'm not doing this anymore.
I've done what I can. Time. We need a tip. We need a hint, something.
And they're not going to give you one.
We got one of those locally.
To cache for type, can it be a cacher's hides?
Yeah.
Are certain cachers that I just don't go after. They're hides.
Okay.
Which I obviously wouldn't say who they are right now, but there's some. It's just you've been on some of their caches and you're like, I just don't like how they set them up, and I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, Trisha mentions she avoids front yard caches. I understand that.
Uncomfortable.
Those are uncomfortable. Jesse,
I don't mind those if you make them obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're doing a front yard cache, put your address in the description, because the GPS point sometimes will look like it's in between two houses, and that can make for a really uncomfortable day.
Yeah. No, very, very true.
Or if you have a large lot, then it could be on the private property, but it doesn't feel like you're right up next to the house, even if they know that you're there.
Right. Although I will say, not to get back to the other question, but if somebody does go to the trouble to put a cache on their own property, and I don't mean, I mean like near a house,
right?
It would be hard for me not to give that a favorite point. I mean, you're pretty deep in at that point. You're investing your own, I've never put one on my property, and I don't know that I ever would.
Right.
But you're investing some of your personal privacy to do that. So unless it's just a really, really terrible cache, I would tend to give those a favorite point every time for the commitment they put in.
Yeah, we found that one ammo can in the it wasn't, it was on the front edge of the took us a second, right? Just the front edge, but yeah, it was an ammo can. It's like it's an ammo can, it's front yard. I'm giving it a favorite point. So yeah, I'm with you.
I'm probably with Jesse. I don't. Where I lived in Colorado, there was a cacher that I avoided their caches at probably all costs. I put them on the ignore list, made them disappear off of the map and whatnot. I haven't found that yet here in Phoenix, so nothing here, but I have had to do that, and it's not so much, it just was horrible quality.
Right.
And so it was like, even though you found it, you still felt like at the end you wasted your time.
Right.
Wow. And that was bad. And so I just was like,
Yeah, not good.
So I live on the coast, and we have a lot of dunes recreation area. And so none of them are on my ignore list, because someday it could happen. It could be the right circumstances to take a really long hike in the sand, but that just tends to never be what I get out and do. I never tend to make the plan to go walking in the dunes. Some of them are, very specifically hidden so far out there. An ATV is ideal to get them. I don't have that. So yeah, I have a whole section along the coast that I don't get.
They're ignoring. Yep.
Wait, now that she said that, I'm taking it back. Scuba caches. Those might as well be on my ignore list because I'm not doing
them. You're not doing them.
But you see, those are good ones. If you know somebody who can scuba, then you can get like a group of friends together and all go out there, and one person might do the work, but you can
I'm not doing scuba, so
Derek can scuba. You can scuba.
Yeah, I can scuba.
You can just breathe off my octopus, and we'll go down.
I don't even want to know what that means.
That's a part that sounded bad. That's your extra regulator. So
if
one fails, you have a backup.
I have my own.
Oh wow.
I have my own. I just haven't done.
I'm not falling.
You don't want to go down. You want to have a backup for that.
See, our reviewer here is a dive master, and he's got several that he takes at like a quarry down in I think it's Alabama, and I want to go dive on some of his. And I also get my not recertifying, but my
open water.
I've already got open water. I'm advanced, so I did all that in Guam, where
that's cool.
visibility's 100 feet on a bad day. I've dove in the continental U.S. like 2 or 3 times, and I hated it. So Marshall Islands, Philippines, Guam.
Cool.
I've been spoiled, but. I would love to do the cache, even though it's freshwater, but I'd like to be able to go down and videotape it, take the GoPro, dive on it, and do that kind of thing. But for me, the ones that I kind of ignore for the most part are, parking grabs, lamp skirts, unless it's done really cool. Go figure, huh?
Now,
there can be a cool lamp skirt one, but it's got to be something. Like I said, I'm gonna look at favorite points.
Sure.
And I may go, why has this got favorite points?
Does anybody else notice that both Chad and Derek both can do scuba? I'm thinking scuba gadget cache has got to be in play,
Not in
right?
Seattle. It's too cold. I'm not suiting up here anymore.
You got to use a dry suit. You got to use a dry suit.
And half the time you can only see like this far in front of you, so it's no
it's like
fun.
scuba diving in the Everglades.
And lots of current. It's crazy.
Now we want to go scuba diving down in St. Thomas.
Now you're talking.
I've scuba dived all over the Caribbean. I love it. And Hawaii,
I've been
anywhere
scuba diving.
warm, I'll go.
Yep, I've been scuba diving down in St. Thomas, and when we went out, the people that lived there were putting on wetsuits, and we're like, "Why are you putting on a wetsuit?" Like, well, this is kind of cold for us, And we're like, "Oh, well, we just came from 5 feet of snow in Wyoming, so this is a vast improvement for us."
Yeah,
exactly. Even though,
but yeah, scuba diving down in the Caribbean has been an amazing experience for me and Laura.
Right.
Yeah. I'd love to dive there. Now, diving in Guam and all those, the reason why we wore wetsuits wasn't because it was cold. It was because everything in the water wants to sting you, and there was man-of-wars and jellyfish and everything else that we were kind of going around. So, yeah, or sea wasps was what my dad reached and got stung all over his hands and stuff like that. And, yeah, it was brutal. Yeah. Oh, what was that comment?
Scuba
Gadget Cache Academy.
Scuba. I don't know if you do a whole
hard
academy
to teach
on that.
Underwater.
Now, it could not be an electrical one.
Right. No electronics underwater. That'd be bad.
You got to bring
another great place for diving is if you ever get to Iceland, there's like a really famous Silfra fissure, and it's got crystal clear water, and it's just well known for how clear it is and how deep you can go in examining that fissure. Just look it up.
Now, I know this will sound weird. It's Iceland, but is that one, Jeff? Is it pretty warm water? Do you know, or
I can't remember.
You need your wetsuit, probably.
You're gonna need
it's wetsuit. Yeah, it's like a deeper dive.
Dry
as well.
Dry suit there.
Probably a dry
or
suit.
dry suit.
Yeah,
dry suit.
Yeah.
Which is like diving in a bag.
Yeah, we always did wetsuits when I was 15 when I got certified, so we always had wetsuits. But dry suits is the way to go now.
Now remember, there's two types of people in the world: those that pee in their wetsuit and those that lie about it.
Everybody pees in their wetsuit. You just got to make sure when you pee, you got to be going down, because as soon as you come up, that pee comes up, right? It raises. So,
and if you're in cold water, it's really warm.
Everybody pees.
How funny.
This is not making me want to go scuba anymore.
You don't get anybody else's.
You have not.
I'll wait in the boat.
I'll be back on the beach. Just let me know when you're done.
Exactly. Well, on that note, I think we'll wrap up for the night.
Phil the burn. I think you have other issues. They probably have medication for that.
I think he's talking about the Iceland volcano.
I think this is going sideways quickly.
It's going sideways quickly.
Oh, there is an earth cache at the volcano in Iceland now, and it's by one of our local guys, Bug Finders. He places tons of earth caches. So he was just there and published an earth cache at Fagradalsfjall.
Wow, what a great name.
Good to
know. And Barbara's saying not to.
You clicked on both of us.
Go ahead.
Okay, there it is. So evidently, do not pee in a wetsuit in Australia. It attracts sharks.
Doesn't everything attract sharks in Australia?
Yeah, I mean you're in Australia. There's all kinds of stuff that's going to kill you.
Yeah,
you have that tiny octopus. It's like the size of a golf ball that will kill you, and jellyfish and.
What kind of perverted sharks do they have down there?
It's the same one. They must be related to the chigger.
But doesn't everything want to kill you down there? I mean, everything.
Out here, you get killer whales out here that will kill you. So, I mean, I'd rather deal with a shark. But those little jellyfish and stuff that you can't see, forget that.
Snakes, spiders, sharks, everything. Everything will kill you down there. So be careful. Be careful down there, Aussies. Our Aussie friends, be careful. So, all right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for being on tonight. A lot of fun. Great show. We'll say good night. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
May your finds be many, and your DNFs be through. May the terrain and difficulty both be less than 2. And whatever it is you're looking for, may it find its way to you. And may we all meet again.
Folks, we hope you've enjoyed the show tonight. Please email us your comments at geocachetalk@gmail.com. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. The show can be found on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Radio Public, or Spotify, as well as at the Geocache Talk website. Don't forget to click that subscribe button below and ring that bell notification so that you can see and hear the show on a weekly basis. And tell your friends about the show. Get them involved with us in the chat room. And until next week, don't just talk about geocaching, go geocaching.